candles. That's my life. I was born in the deal, I don't flinch. Red screen lit, I still gray. Whole club jumping, I step in. Turn it down, turn to a win. Small town kid, big drip. Stacks low, let it flip. They get nervous, I get rich. And everybody panic sell, I just hit another buy. Why they crying on timeline? I'm looking at the long line. Cold wallet, warm whiskey, same boots, just more risky. Told her trust me, ride with me. Now we toasting victory. They want fast cash, I want legacy. Crime moves, that's the recipe. Luxury ain't loud, it's steady. Mind sharp, portfolio heavy. Country little moment, you can hear it in the bassline. Fear don't cross my state line. Storm hit, I stay fine. Built for this whole life. Louder, bigger. I was born in the dip. Red light blink, I don't twitch. Whole world shook, I don't switch. Turn the market crash to a hit. From the back roads to the VIP. Same roof, just more free. They chase hype, I chase equity. I was in the bill. First truck, then the door. Now it's matte black, 4x4. Still partying on the same dirt road. Just the price, tame mode. She said, why you so calm? I said, baby, this is the plan. When he drops, that's the part where we expand. Dance for jump when the chart fall. DJ spin that margin call. They see red, I see sell. We don't scale, we scale. Buy low, hold tight. Long game, all night. Buy low, hold tight. Born ready, feel right. Buy low, hold tight. Long game, buy low. Born ready, feel right. I was born in the dip, I don't flinch. I was born in the dip, I don't flinch. I was born in the dip, born in the dip, born in the dip. Real, buy low, buy low, hold tight. Born ready, feel right. I was born in the dip, born in the dip. I was born in the dip, I was born in the dip. Full club mode. I was born in the dip, I don't flinch. Whole life train for this. Red days make me lit. That's the fuel in my engine, kid. Small town great, big vision, no fear in my system. They see rest, I see. I was born in deal. with those talking dreams. I just laughed, said, boy, we'll see. Now look what he done to me. Go they moon in a Wi-Fi life, trading hearts and a Friday night. Never thought take a feel this right. Yeah. Ooh, boots and sand, coat in hand, love's a plan, can't crash this brand. He got this country girl a Bitcoin heart. No cash love in a digital part. Sunshine gifts in a brand new start. We riding high, we play it smart. I got boots, she got the code. Freedom's our kind of road. From the farm to the black lane road. That's my man, that's how love grows. Yeah, yeah. On fire, he ain't in the bedline. He talking while it's I talking wine. Both our hearts in overtime. No, they know just faith and trust. God and gold and never rust. Bitcoin love is just us. Yeah.
Yo, yo, yo. Let me make sure audio's good for me. I don't know if it is. I don't see it popping up. Make sure audio's good for me. All right, cool. Audio good. What's going on, everybody? Bitcoin Chris checking in yet again. Happy Tuesday. Hope you had a good President's Day. I didn't even know it was a holiday until the day of course. Because that's the life you live when you live in a Bitcoin life, right? What's going on, everybody? Bitcoin Chris checking in, and I have made some dope music. I think I streamed live. Yes, I did stream live the other day when I created a few of these songs. You guys probably saw them, probably didn't. I'm on my little country swag right now. So we going back to the country swag, but it's called Satoshi Country. That album's dropping real soon. I got it done, got it completed. So I'm looking forward to dropping that. And I got the cowboy hat on. We out here, we getting it. We're looking at BTC right now. Actually, we're not looking at BTC. We're going to jump into the Bitcoin price. The Bitcoin price. Make sure you head over to swanbitcoin.com/Bitcoin Chris. You can still get $10 free Bitcoin. If you do not have your fold card in 2026, I don't know what you are doing. But make sure that you get your fold card. So that way, no matter what, when you pay your bills, right, that you are utilizing your fold card, right? Or a credit card so you can get your points and all that good stuff. The stuff I've been talking about for years, right? So don't need to dive deep into that today. But we're gonna jump into the Bitcoin price. Right now we're looking at the 24-minute and 1 hour. We're just gonna go ahead and jump over here to the 1 hour. Let me just go over here. I'll make this bigger. We're going to jump into the 4 hour first. All right, so 4 hour time frame. We came all the way up to the it's the wrong chart. Let me go to this chart. All right, so for the upside, we came all the way up to about a little bit over 60. Where did we go? Where did we go? Where did we go? Came up to about 70,000 and dumped. Who head faked everybody, came back down. So we have a target of 69, 65, 9. If we don't hold 69.5, this is your previous level of support. So we should see a reaction here. But again, this could be your H, your bigger H pattern, to come down and touch 55K level as mentioned previously in these lives, right? So this is the upside was potentially the 200-day moving average, which is 50%, which is 78,885. But if we cannot break above 70,100 or 70,000, 71,000 is what we need to break to head higher. If we do not break that, we are going to be coming down lower to eventually my target once again, which is 55,000 in my opinion. Could we go lower? I hope so. I hope so. So that is the TA for BTC right now. Again, I've been telling you guys just to stack, and if you have dry powder, which you should, to buy some Bitcoin, I would wait until, I'll split it into 3 and wait and see what's going to happen, right? Because even looking at the 4-hour, we got our red dot here, which is black, and we're starting to come back down. We'll look at the daily next. So even though we have a higher momentum here, like I said, we could still pull back a little bit, head down lower. It'll be your higher low on the momentum, and then head higher. So again, 55,000 is the target. Not looking good on the daily. Well, it is looking good if you know what's going on, right? It actually looks amazing on the daily. Bigger discount. Super excited. Here you see the red line with this cross into from red to green, or from blue to black in this situation. This color scheme, and here you see we just been selling off ever since. Coming up to the 20-day moving average. If we didn't really make it up to hit the 20-day moving average, almost. Again, the highest is 72.1, and our 20-day moving average is at 72.8. So we didn't even get to touch it yet. We came pretty close, and then we just started to sell off again. So I wouldn't be surprised. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put an alert here, because if that red dot or black dot, there it is right here, if that comes down and creates a red dot, which is looking like it's going to do, then we are going to head down lower, guys, which goes into what I've been saying. So just be on the lookout for that. Excited to stack more sats at a discount. We're now looking at the weekly. The 200-day moving average on the weekly is right about 58,000 now. So we'll see how that goes. Again, I'm still looking for 55,000 as a downward target. We can definitely hit the 200-day moving average, maybe peak under a little bit, and then start to head higher. On the weekly, monthly, we are looking bearish as heck. Bearish as heck on the monthly. So we're going to have to wait and see how this plays out on the monthly time frame, because it's not looking too good. Well, it is looking good, again, if you know what's going on. But for those of you that are over leveraged, or those of you that are new here and bought at 126,000 thinking that we're going to 200,000 right away without any pullbacks, or just timing sucked, it happens to the best of us. We all buy the tops, right? We buy the top until the top is now your base, right? So we're going to play it by ear and just let us stack more Bitcoin while we can, right? At a discount. Congratulations if you're here and it's discounted. And imagine seeing Bitcoin picture this, right? Picture this. The year is 2017. You first see Bitcoin and it's $800, it's $1,000. You don't know anything about it. I can probably log into my Coinbase account right now and show that I've been buying Bitcoin since it was probably around that price. Because I know I've definitely been buying on Coinbase, because that was the only place I was buying back in those days. So I definitely have the proof. And what I'll probably do one of these days is I'll show the proof, because I like to show what I'm about and not just talk about what I'm about, right? I don't know about some of these people, but I've been here for a minute. So I'm used to the volatility. I know what I'm talking about. And to live a simple, simplistic, happy life, you just gotta, I'm probably gonna go to the resort today. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. I'm in the Tezzy, right? I'm in the automatic self-driving Tezzy with the screen where I can watch the screen and look at the charts. It's just crazy, man. We're living in 2026. There's so many ways to make money. Trading is the best way to make money. You feel me? I don't know who don't want to trade. I posted a video with Oliver talking about, the freedom that trading gives. It's simple, but it's not easy, right? It's simple, but it's not easy. But once you learn it, man, it's going to change your life. So that's why I recommend everybody learn how to trade. And that's why I say trade futures, trade crypto if you can, and trade options. Like you do option leaps, you trade crypto for like short term, gains, or even long term, right? If you're doing a weekly and monthly, time frame on that. And then also trade futures for your daily, your daily income, right? Because you don't got to have a boss, right? You don't got to go answer anybody. And again, I shared the video because Oliver is just so great at articulating these things. I might go short right now or put on IWMs again because we're looking like we're about to come down. So let me go ahead and do that. I'm looking at the screen on the Tesla. So that's why I keep looking over there. And I'm looking at the 5-minute on IWM. And it looks like we might be coming down. Look at that. Look at that. Posty pivots. Came right down to the last stand target. It reversed a little bit once it came into the reversal zone. Came back down. Boom. Hit the last stand. And then it reversed. Came back up. We have our high here from the wick. Like once we opened up this morning and I saw this wick, I did. I'll share my screen for Twitter. I did 80% on one trade and then 100% on another IWM put. Right. So imagine if you had $100, right, and you put $100 in, and it went 100%, so you made $100, and then you did it again. Now you made $80. That's $180 that I made just by just for an example, just by simply going short because I saw that this sell off right here, this candle right here, should automatically tell you that there are super strong sellers, right, that came in, we tried to pump, and we sold right off, sold off under the 20 and 200. Strong candle, strong candle, strong candle, right? So boom, then we reversed. So right now we're kind of looking like we could. Let me zoom in a little bit here. Looks like we could come down, but let me go to the 2-minute time frame. We could pump. We're in a narrow state, so whether we get our direction, if we get a big candle to the downside, that's going to be bearish. Obviously, if we get a big candle to the upside, looks bullish. But that's why we have market cipher and we have a green dot. So maybe we can maybe we go higher. I think we go higher. We would have to wait and see because again, we're in this tight consolidation zone. So in between the 20 and 200, that's close together. So if we get a strong candle to the upside, I'm going for calls. If we get a strong candle to the downside, I'm going to go down to the second target, which is 256 puts, that's what I would look for. And for the calls, I would go for 269 calls, depending on what happens here, right? So that's how I would trade. I did another trade analysis for the IWMs that I did the other day. So I'm pretty much just sticking with what I'm good with, which is IWM. I've been getting clapped up with YM, or I've been clapped up with NQ, so I switched to YM, and this is with the futures trading. So you can do futures, you can do a prop firm. I'll be promoting more prop firms because you can spend $80, $60 to get a funded account or a prop firm account to pass the test, to pass the evaluation, and then you get money, right? And then you make money that way. That way you don't got to lose your own money, right? Lose all your money, right? I'd rather you lose $100 or $50 on a funded account versus you trying to trade with your own capital of $5,000 or $2,000 or even $1,000 and then you lose it all, right? So you don't want to do that, right? But you also have to know what you're doing, right? So I recommend that you guys tune into Oliver. Definitely listen to Oliver if you want to learn how to trade. Or I have a video on how to trade, but I don't trade. My explanation is a little bit, it's different because it's crypto trading, it's Bitcoin trading. So I would, listen to Oliver or me or whoever teaches trading. There's plenty of people that teach you how to trade, and you could learn how to trade. It's very simple, um, but it's not easy, right? So here I would do calls or longs. For this, I would target the highs, right? Boom. That's what I would do. I would do a long from here, boom. Stop loss below here, and then I would target the highs, boom. So that's what I would do, boom, based on the momentum, based on the green dot, and that means probably IWM is probably pumping as well. So if we go back to IWM, yes, it is. Like I said, green dot, IWM, and look at that. Probably head up from here. So boom, I'm probably gonna jump into some calls right now, to be honest with you. But let me zoom out a little bit before I get in. Looking pretty good on the 12. Looking weird on the hourly. 2 hourly not looking good. 4 hourly. Indecision. Black dot, which is the red dot. We'll go to the other candle. Let's go here. Yeah, I would do calls, man. I'm about to do some calls. I put a stop. I put a stop under here. We got a lot of we should head up. I would target the highs of 265. So 265 calls. We got the green dot on the 5 minute or 6 minute. So yeah, that's what I would do, just to play it safe, right? Maybe do a 50% stop loss on this, so that way you only lose 50, but your potential could be 100% or more. I don't know how much it would be, but that would be a trade idea, right? Don't trade if you don't know what you're doing. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying that's what I would do, right? Especially seeing that there's a green dot here. Boom. 2 minute is the ideal time frame that I use to trade. And again, I'll do this. What's the point of control? Or is this? Yeah, it's the point of control. We have to break here to head higher. And if we break here to head lower, that's what I would wait for. Oh, look at that. We are possibly coming down. I still think we're bullish though. All right, so if we break 261, head down, back down to maybe do a double bottom. Boom. And then head higher. But again, it depends on the direction and how strong this, we got to get a strong candle. So we got to break to the upside or we get a break to the downside. That's what I would do. Upside target again, 260, whatever I said earlier, and then downside would be the whatever the yeah, there it is. 260, 269, downside 256. So I would wait. And again, 4 hour red dot, not good. 6 hour heading down. Everything looks like it's going to be headed down on the larger time frame. Even the 1 hour. This could be a flag too. All right, and if that's the case, then we could see something like this. Target would be 20-day moving average and possible 264, 265 call. Possible option again. Back to the highs, 265, and then again, bullish 269. So Potential. So let's get into today's topic. That's enough with the T. Oh, what's that? What was that? Oh, snap. Bitcoin coming down. Look at that. And that's on the daily too. That's not good. That's not good for anybody that's long right now. About to get your ass clapped up. So let's go ahead and do. That means ETH is probably dumping. So I would probably short ETH. Cool. All right, so here we go. Like I said, I put the alert on there. I said it's not looking good on the daily. It popped up. It did disappear a little bit, but I'm pretty sure the momentum's going to come in and it's probably going to sell off. Wouldn't surprise me one bit, no pun intended. And again, 4 hour looking bearish. We have 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, almost a whole day of red candles. So that's that. But we're going to jump into CoinGlass real quick, and then we'll jump into Twitter and today's topic, which is why 401k. Hit that like, share, subscribe. Why the 401k is a scam, which I've already gone over. Why 401k is a scam by now. I don't know what to tell you, man. Look at it. A whole bunch of longs getting liquidated. In the past 24 hours, 83,000 traders liquidated. Total liquidation, 192 million. Let's go to my favorite data, liquidation data map that I always use, which is this right here. I don't remember my account, so I'm not going to log in right now, but let's go to 30 days. Okay, I guess I'll log in then, since you're making me. $65,952 is my target for BTC, so be on the lookout for that. All right, cool. It logged me in. And now we're going to look at, I'm using a new browser, by the way, guys. I found out about this new browser, and the browser is called Comet. It's actually Perplexity's AI model. It's actually free, and I actually like it. No, not the heat map. I need the map. I actually like it. If Brave, I'm guessing, I don't think it's like Brave. I don't think it has as secure as Brave. However, I like it, right? I'm going to be using this and Brave. I made a comment about it. The great thing about it is that you have this assistant here, and you can ask it to do a analysis for you. It's pretty much like it's like the Claude agent or like any other agent that it's actually integrated into the browser, and it's super dope. It can summarize a bunch of stuff. You can ask it questions. You can talk to it. So, and it's same thing as Brave browser, like it's made out of the Chrome, whatever platform, or Chromius interface, whatever the case may be. I don't know what it's called, but you can add the same extensions as if you're on Chrome. So, shout out to Comet. So I'm using Comet right now, and I like how much faster it is, a little bit better in my opinion. So I'm gonna keep using it. BTC in the 30 days liquidation. Let's look at longs. 59,686. We'll have those cascading longs that will start to happen if we do come down lower. We got 2.93 billion of longs to be liquidated if we come down lower, excuse me. And then 78,000, we have 6.31 billion. So we would have to, get much higher. Where are we at? So basically $10,000 higher, which is not unheard of now. We do 10,000 dollar candles periodically. Um, whether it's in a couple, a day or two, or a couple candles, depends, right? Just depends. We definitely can see a $10,000 candle. It's not abnormal at this point. So boom, 6.31 of shorts to be liquidated if we go higher, and that's 6.31 billion. So that's 30-day outlook. If we do, I don't like looking at anything a little bit shorter, but I guess we can do 7 days. And 7 days we have 75 at 3 billion, and in shorts we have, longs we have liquidated at 59, so 60,000, and that's 2.88 billion. So 60,000, 7,000 down, 2 billion get liquidated. We're bearish. You feel me? So it wouldn't surprise me to come down a little bit lower. Again, maybe hitting the $55,000 level. Maybe if we do 90 days, I have never done the 90-day outlook. We do have 58,000 again. 58,507, 2.48 billion, and longs, shorts to be liquidated 78,006 billion. So around the same, not too much of a difference, right? Yeah, not too much of a difference. Cool. So boom, that's that. Now we're gonna get into a few tweets because I gotta roast, and not only roast, we're selling off. I get off them puts. Them puts is about to. Yeah, let me get some puts, yo. Let me get some of these puts. Y'all gotta give me a second. I'm about to get these puts real quick. I'm looking for the lows, which is 258. I'm gonna get 258 puts. It's only 5 cents. Yo, it's crazy. I'll do the 259. I'll do 260 puts. I'm gonna buy the 260 puts right now. It's only $20 per contract. So let's see what happens. Boom. If I lose $20, I'm just gonna let it ride. If I lose $20, it's $20. I can buy 5 contracts. That's 20, 40, 60, 81. So that's $100. So let me do that, and then I'll do a 50% stop loss, and I'll do 100% TP. It may run more than 100% though. So, boom. Let me just do 50% stop loss. All right, cool. So we're gonna jump into. Hit that like, share, subscribe. Let me get my position in, and I'm trading on Schwab. You can trade on Thinkorswim. You can trade on Charles Schwab. You can trade on Robinhood. So you choose whatever it is that you want to trade on. Boom. Okay. Boom. I got the 5-minute chart over here looking like we're about to come down. So I'll keep that there. All right, Grok. All right, cool. So today's topic is about why, again, I got to explain this again. I got to explain the 401k again. I actually have a post. Let me see if I can even find the post, right? I'll have you guys look at BTC while I look for the post. So you don't got to be bored with me looking for something. Yep, I got in them puts. So let's see how they work. Boom, drop. Look at that. Look at that. It's crazy because every time I come on here and tell y'all something, it happens, bro. Every time. It never fails. Hit that like, share, subscribe. Appreciate you guys liking the video. Tuned in. Appreciate you guys, man. I'm only here to help you guys, man. That's all I'm here to do. I don't get paid to come on here and help you guys out. I don't care about none of that, man. I just want to help you guys out. I just want to give you guys some insight. I can't just know all this stuff and not tell nobody about it, man. God blesses me to be a blessing to others. I'm just trying to bless you guys. Let's see if I can find 401k. Because I done said this years ago. I actually remember liquidating my 401k and buying Bitcoin. Oh, found it. All right, so boom. All right, I'm up on them puts, 10%. BTC's dipping. Could have got into a short of Ethereum. I'm sure Ethereum's dipping. So I'm in short IWMs. That yeah, it's dipping up 17% already. See, boom. That's how you get paid, guys. As simple as that, huh? It's as simple as that. IWM. Let's go back. I said downside. Look at that. I'm up 30%. IWM. Look at that red diamond. I said, hey, we gotta. I said, yeah, it could be a flag, and I said it could go up to the upside, but I said it would have. We have to wait to see what happens, right? Either a big candle to the upside or a big candle to the downside. And look at that, a strong candle to the downside. Boom, and we have a red dot, money flowing the red. We came up, retested the highs, couldn't. We really couldn't even retest the highs. Came up, double bottomish, and so again, the target would be 256, but I'm probably not going to hold it that long. But we are dipping. I'll probably, try to see if we can come down and retest these lows. I'll put an alert right here. Boom. 40%. So if you put $100 in, you're up $40 right now. And that was just in the last. See how fast that happened? It hasn't even been 5 minutes yet. It's probably been about 5 minutes. I'm up 35%. 30% because now it's reversing. Underneath the 20 and the 200, red diamond, red dot. Come on now. This is easy. It's easy, but it's simple, but it ain't easy actually. 22%. So now you just wait, right? Wait. There's no way it should be able to come all the way back up here and recover. And if it does, that is bullish. But we're looking at momentum to the downside. Strong candle to the downside. I don't think we had higher, guys. So, boom. All right. Let me get back to... oh, my bad. Y'all can't even see it. Here it is. Strong candle to the downside. My bad. Red diamond here. Down. Strong sells. Boom. We got a red dot here, which is now black. Boom. I turned red to black and green to green, as you can see. Boom. So I think we definitely head down lower. I said it could have been a flag, but it would depend on how strong the candle. We have to get a candle to the upside if that's the case. And if we head down lower, strong candle to the downside. Boom. So 40%. You could have just taken the 40%. You made $40 on $100. You made $400 on $1,000. You made $4,000 on $10,000. You made $40,000 on $100,000. So that's how you got to start looking at the way these things trade as far as options, right? And then you can do futures as well, like I said, and then you can do crypto as well. I would definitely be shorting Ethereum right now, but I'm not even going to go into TA with that. You guys can do that on your own. Ooh, look at that. If it comes up 50 or 60%, I don't think we come up too much higher. We got too much momentum to the downside. What's VIX doing? VIXy. VIX goes up, stocks go down. Okay? DXY go up, stocks go down. Okay? These are simple things you should know. My bad, I got hype. I got hype about that little trade right there. Because 40% is kind of good. DXY looks like it's gonna start to head higher, to be honest with you. All right, cool. And the thing is with these options, man, they fluctuate a lot, so you're gonna have to be patient. But okay, that's enough. That's enough of that. Let's get back to regular scheduled programming. Okay. All right, cool. So 401, that was 48 minutes ago. Let's see. Latest, that was 2025. This video, Grant Cardone. I can't stand Grant Cardone, but it is what it is. He talks about the tax deferred scam of 401k. This is February. And yes, a 401k is a scam. Your mortgage is a scam. College is a scam. Meme coins is a scam. The U.S. economy is a scam. The tax system is a scam. The government officials you elected, scam. Wow, your boy was on point, and I'm going to go ahead and reshare that again. Bitcoin and chill and learn your rights. Wow, almost like I knew what the hell I was talking about. Let's see. People who say courses are scams, or education is a scam, or credit is restoration is a scam. I got news for you, buddy. You're growing broke. You've already been scammed. What they gonna get from you? $100? 401k scam, banks are scam, college are scams. Absolutely. Wow. Just going through the timeline here because I had to search for this. Watching that. I'm watching the IWMs. That was a quick 40. That was a quick 40%. I'm gonna just let it ride. 401k scam. Let's see. July 29, 2024, 2 years ago. Almost 2 years ago. School after 8th grade is a scam. It's funny. I saw after I made this post, because I've been saying this, right? These are, everything I'm saying, I've said several times, right? Hit that like, share, subscribe. After 8th grade, in my opinion, just based on my observation, and these are my opinions only, I think that your children should not be in school after the 8th grade. You should open up a business and have your children work in that business if that's what you're going to do, or have your children learn about trading, because you'll be able to accomplish much more and become much more efficient and become much more wealthier doing it that way. In my humble opinion, I take the example from the Asian community, right? The Asian communities, they have their family restaurant, they have their family business, and in their restaurant, it's the whole family running the restaurant, right? So that's something that I would, that I admire and that I respect about, the family businesses, right? Walmart's a family business. A lot of these businesses are family businesses, right? So a lot of you guys don't know that and don't understand that, but that's okay. And we're dumping again on the IWM. So you just got to be patient, like I said. The entire school system is built off fraud and scamming. Oh, the entire system, not the school system. The USD is an infinity scam. Absolutely. College tuition is a scam. Absolutely. The U.S. government is a scam and fraudulent. Absolutely. Health insurance is a scam. Absolutely. Not knocking anyone who works a 9 to 5, but be realistic about not beating inflation and the scam of 401k. All right. Also, don't complain when AI takes your job. Adding insult to injury. Many are drowning in student loan debt. It's funny that I just did a live and I talked about the student loan debt. I don't know if you guys saw that live, but that live was fire, right? Boom. You get taxed on 20-30% on your 401k. Stop bragging about that scam. I don't want to hear it. Buy Bitcoin instead. Absolutely. This is all 2 years ago. Going on a 401k scam campaign. Opt out and outperform with Bitcoin. Exactly. I'm up. BTC up 150% plus. 401k equals scam. The average 401k balance was down 107,004% for second semester. Boom. You get You get taxed the highest when you're ready to withdraw. Scam. One of the biggest scams ever created. 401k. 2023. 3 years ago. So this is why I titled it yet again. Or why I said when I made this live or when I'm talking here, I have to go over this again. Because again, these things were said years ago. Woo! Look at that. Your 401k should be in Bitcoin, or you should be Bitcoin. Should be Bitcoin, right? Or in Bitcoin. Under an LLC, controlled by a trust, or in a trust in general. I think it should just be in a trust. She said, explain myself. Shout out to Kamala. Let's call it Kamala. Camilla. You cannot touch your 401k until you're retired. If you do, there's a fee. If you decide to use your 401k, you're charged to use your own money. Oh, what I just said. There's a fee. The average return on your 401k each year is 5 to 10%. It's tied to the stock market. Someone's stock crashes, so does your money. Most people are financially illiterate. Nobody that's rich tells you to have a 401k because they invest in other assets that can control their money. You can't save your way to wealth. Most people that are retired nowadays still have to work. So imagine what's going to happen in 20 to 30 years from now when it's time for you to retire. You can take out a loan against your 401k up to 50k and invest without a penalty. So that's an option, right? That's an option. If you're real savvy, you own a business, and your business can have solo 401k, and you get taxed like a Roth, which means it grows tax deferred or tax free, and it's tax deferred, and you can buy real estate, Bitcoin, etc. True self-directed as an alternative. Wow, I almost. Wow, kind of like I almost know what I'm talking about, right? No, I know what I'm talking about, guys. So it's okay, man. I'm not trying to defer you from do whatever you want to do. Actually, I want you to do that so that way when you're older, you can be like, damn, Bitcoin Chris is right. And that's all I ever get nowadays, right? All the messages I get is like, damn, should have bought some Bitcoin. Damn, should have listened to you, Chris. Damn. That's the go-to phrase for your boy. Everybody in the DMs like, damn, should have listened, bro. Hey, it's all good. It's all good. All I can do is lead a horse to water. We can't make him drink. We can't make you drink. I can't make you drink the water, man. I can't make you rich. I can't make you do nothing you don't want to do. You do what you got to do, and it is what it is. So now we got to roast. Now we got to roast Miss Lindsay. Sorry, Lindsay, I got to roast you. I got to roast you because it be these tweets that get like it be getting like mad like popular. It be getting mad like views and shit. Like 683 likes, 81,000 views. Like, come on, man. We got to stop this, man. That's fine, bro. That's fine. I'm just going to speak my piece. I started investing in my 401k when I was 22 because I hated my job and wanted a way out. Well, again, like I just said, you're not going to save your way out of a job. So I don't know how many times I have to tell you this or anyone else has to tell you this. You're saving in the ice cubes. So I don't know what your plan is. The only way for you to get out of that is by saving in Bitcoin. But if you're being counterproductive by saving in the stock market because you're pricing everything in fiat currency first and foremost. We're going to get into this anyways. I put 5% yearly and they match 5%, and 10 years later it's grown to 128,000. Now imagine if you would have just bought BTC instead of matching your 5% over the last 10 years. Even the last 5 years. We'll run the numbers. We ain't got to be We ain't gotta be, we ain't gotta be, we don't have to guess, right? We can run the numbers. 401ks don't compare to BTC and cold storage, but there is no but. Contributing to one, contributing to one early is what trained me to think in decades. And this is what I want to address. Is this, and we're going to address it, and we're going to address it. Compound interest is crazy because if I stop contributing to this account today, by the time it hit, by the time it hit 65, or I guess by the time she's 65, it will be worth 2.5 million. So we're gonna copy that. We're gonna go back. We're gonna have AI break it down, right? So we're gonna read this. We're gonna read this, and then we're gonna also do this. All right, cool. So boom, I asked it to do the numbers on how, because okay, so let me break this down. Let me give you guys context, right? Back in 20, I don't even remember, right? I worked at Hilton, I worked at Wyndham, right? And when I was working at these places, right, I started to learn about Bitcoin. I was working at Hilton, like I said, I worked at Wyndham, and I was like, yo, I took the penalty. I was like, yo, I don't want my once I understood what was going on, I didn't want to have a 401k. Like, it made no sense to me whatsoever to have a 401k. So what I did is I said, all right, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and take the penalty and withdraw the money that's in my 401k, and I'm gonna buy Bitcoin with it, right? So that's what I did. I took the penalty, got hit. They were like, "Oh, you sure you want to do that?" Yeah, I'm sure I want to do that. Cool, boom. And then I bought Bitcoin, and that was back in, I think it was, I'm not sure when I did that, but it was definitely back before. Um, it's probably 2019, 2018, maybe even 2019. It was before 2020. So it was either 2017, it was probably 27, I would say late 17, maybe 18, 19, possibly, but before 2020 for sure. All right, cool. So boom. Once you understand what's going on, you're not going to want to have your money in anything tied to the legacy system, anything tied to fiat currency. Because if you understood what was going on, you don't want to have your money in there. Why? Fiat currency is a dying currency. Why? Stocks are shit coins. Boom. Why? They can create more supply and more stock. Why? You're pricing everything in dollars, right? You're automatically backwards, right? You're by default looking at it the wrong way off rip. So everything that you're doing is flawed. Your calculation is flawed. Your savings account flawed. Everything that you're considering and looking at flawed from the start. If you don't get that by now, you need to study. Okay? So I'm trying to save somebody. Hit that like, share, subscribe. I'm trying to save somebody because somebody needs to hear this, right? This is going to be the difference between you becoming. What do you think $1 million is going to be worth in 30 years? That's going to be nothing due to inflation, right? So you better recognize what's going on. I hope you recognize what's going on. I'm really trying to help somebody here. Please pay attention. Please pay attention. Boom. Lindsay. I said Rock. I told Rock to roast her. I was like, yo, we got to roast her and the low IQ people that think this is cool, right? And that's fine, bro. If you don't know better, you don't know better. I'm not trying to, roast you, but I gotta roast you. I gotta roast everybody. I gotta roast you because that's Bitcoin Chris roasting. I gotta roast you guys. I haven't been toxic, but I'll roast you. Lindsay. And I didn't even roast her. This is Grok roasting her, right? I just gave it the prompt, right? Bless your heart, flexing at 128K in the 401k glow up like it's a financial equivalent of a participation trophy. Look at me, compounding my way to mediocrity. Honey, You're out here preaching the gospel of employer matches like it's free money from the tooth fairy. But let's pop that bubble with a Bitcoin shaped pen. Sure, that 5% match is cute. It's like getting a free appetizer with your steakhouse. But you're ignoring the hidden fees that devour your entree, faster than a vegan at a salad bar. Your average 401k expense ratio is around 0.5 to 1% annually per Vanguard and Fidelity. But in crappy plans, they balloon to 2% or more, silently siphoning thousands over decades. That's not investing. That's just paying a toll to watch your money jog in its place. So don't get me started on the sheep flocking, nodding along. But the match, it's free, yeah. And so is the air balloon until it deflates. Truth bomb. You could snag that match, then roll it into a self-directed IRA where you're the boss and not some suit in a cubicle. With the self-directed IRA, you ditch the mutual fund handcuffs and dive into Bitcoin, which has averaged 200% annual returns since 2010, crushing the S&P's 10 to 12%. Imagine your 120K today ballooning to Lambo money instead of barely beating inflation. But no, y'all are too busy high-fiving the status quo, letting Uncle Sam and the fund managers feast on your future wealth while Bitcoin moves without you. So I said, explain the fees because, I'm not talking on my ass. I talked about this 3 years ago. Tony Robbins talks about the fees. Even Grant Cardone talked about the fees or the taxes that you have to pay when it's time to cash out. And again, do you think $1 million is going to be that much money in 30 years? Like, we have to be serious with these things, guys. We got to start. Y'all got to wake up. Hit that like, share, subscribe. Y'all got to wake up. You got to wake up. Because ain't nobody telling y'all the truth, right? They want y'all to be mediocre and basic and do what everybody's doing. You can't do what everybody's doing. Everybody and their mom has a 401k, right? Why are you doing what everybody's doing? Everybody and their mom is broke. Everybody and their mom is not rich. The wealthy people do not have 401ks. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Let me hurry. Oh, 401k. Faithfully clutching your free match. It's like a golden ticket. Let's crunch some real numbers and watch these fees munch away at your dreams like termites in the wood. And wooden retirement cabins, Picture this. You are a diligent saver. And if you're saving in USD, you're automatically losing. So you're working backwards, like I mentioned. Stashing $10,000 a year into your 401k, starting age 30. Aiming for that shiny $1 million by 65. 35 years of compounding magic. Assuming a solid 7% annual return from stocks historically average, give or take. Without any fees, you hit about 1.44 million. But slap on that typical 1% fee, common in many plans, Department of Labor studies as well. Your net return drops 6%. Now, instead of you having 1.44, you have 1.13 million. That's over $300,000 vanished into fee purgatory. Enough to buy a beach house. Oh, not eat cat food in retirement. Scale it down, 500,000. So it would be 5,000 a year. Let's say 720 with 1% fees, 565, 155K taken away from you in just fees. Okay, we didn't even touch the taxes. We didn't even touch the taxes because you're gonna get taxed. And I'm gonna ask it to do. Oh, I think I did ask for the taxes. Now let's layer on inflation. The stealthy theft that makes you a millionaire status feel like chump change. That $1 million you scrape together at a historical U.S. average inflation about 3%. Over 30 years in retirement, its purchasing power craters to roughly 412,000 in today's dollars. So again, what do you think is going to be in 30 more years when we're printing like crazy right now? So if you saved up $1 million right now over that time frame, right now its purchasing power is $412,000. So yeah, what buys a comfy house now, healthcare, groceries, will cost double. I would say more than double. You think it's not going to double in 30 years? You're absolutely crazy. It will more than double later. For an example, Back in 1996, 50K covered a decent retirement lifestyle. By 2021, you needed 88K just to keep up, thanks to cumulative inflation erosion, which I don't think this is accurate. It has to be more than that. From 1996 to 2021, yeah. Oh, I'm guessing they're saying like 88K for the year. Okay, so 50K for the year, 50, 60, 70, 80, almost 100%. I mean, I feel like it's higher, but we'll go with the stat. It brought up the links. It brought up the data. I don't agree with it, but it's okay. All right, boom. Anything so here, and they're measuring in US dollar. Folks, the ultimate dying currency, printed like monopoly money by the Fed, losing value through endless quantitative easing and debt spirals. That's what you're basically saving your money in, and you would expect that. It's like, you guys don't think in the next 30 years that $1 million or whatever it is that you're going to have is going to be worth, like, yeah, it's going to be $1 million, but the purchasing power, which is what you should know, everybody should know this, is going to be way less. So why are you saving in the dollars in the first place? Finally, wealthy folks aren't all in 401ks. Sure, they might max them out for tax breaks and match free money, but they don't build empires there. Instead, they roll those funds into self-directed IRAs for control, dumping it into real estate, private equity, or, of course, Bitcoin, which is what I said 3 years ago. Bitcoin and alternatives that crush stock market returns without the fee drag. High net worth types, $1 million investable assets, keep over half their wealth in retirement vehicles per some data. But the ultra rich diversify in assets, hedge inflation and fees, not lock up mediocre funds. Play small. Why play small when you can swing for the fences and stack up in a self-directed IRA? Boom. The compound interest is crazy because if I stop control, okay, this is her tweet. Her response to her tweet. Somebody said something. She said she would have 2.5 million, right? How much would that be in Bitcoin terms versus having it in that whack ass brokerage, and calculate the fees and taxes for the 401k versus BTC 30%, CGAR, CAGR. Oh, the compound interest fairy tale strikes again. 128 chilling in that 401k ballooning to 2.5 million by 65 if you goes to contributions today. Sounds lit, right? Wrong. Let's discuss this normie delusional with cold hard numbers, fees, tax, numbers, fees, tax, inflation, and Bitcoin reality check. That'll make all your fiat loving souls weep. We're assuming Lindsay is 32 now. I don't know how old she is. So let's say she's 32 now. It's 33 years to 65, and at 2.5 projected based on the net 9.2 annual crunch returns. Boom, boom, buckle up, sheep. Sheep. Bitcoin at a conservative 30%, way below its historical 200% plus since 2010. But let's play nice. Turns into comedy of errors, right? The free match ain't free when fees are leeching your gains. What I've been saying. Like vampires at a blood tank. Your typical 401k charges 1% annually on assets expense ratios plus admin, BS, DOL, and Vanguard data. Your projected 2.5 million. The net of fees based on past performance, if we assume the underlying investment grows a gross of 10.2, net 9.42 after 1% in fees. Your no fee would be 3.357. Bam, just fees devoured 857,000 over 33 years. Enough for you to get a yacht or three. That's compounding against you, turning your nest egg into a fee-funded party for fund managers. In Bitcoin land, fees are negligible, but once you buy an exchange one time, holding a wallet with minimum custody costs, there's no fee, no gouging. BTC is the winner. 401ks are tax-deferred traps. Growth in pre-tax, but withdrawal 65 gets hammered as ordinary income. Assume a conservative 25%, effective 22% plus state average. Your 2.5 nets 1.87. 625,000 to who? The IRS. There you go. So you thought you was gonna get all that bread. So I keep trying to tell you, y'all not even gonna get all that bread. I said that before. I said that's not even accounting the taxes that you're gonna pay. So you thinking that you smart. You guys think that you're smart. You guys are bragging on here, liking the posts, thinking that and talking crazy. And it's fine, bro. It is what it is. That's fine. You're gonna live the life that you want to live. But all I'm trying to do is provide a different outlook and to provide you with the information so you can make a better decision because this ain't it. But again, it's up to you. I don't care what you do. I'm just giving you the information. I can't make you do nothing. I can only give you the information. Get mad if you want. Get offended if you want. Get hurt if you want. The numbers don't lie. The truth is the truth. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Bitcoin is the truth, and it is what it is. Taxable. So boom. So let's face two scenarios. We're keeping it real. Taxable account, direct hold. Buy with Bitcoin after tax, cash now. Hold 33 years. Sell at retirement. Long-term capital gains 50% for most mortals, up to 20 plus 3, boom, 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 if you're balling. At 30%, your 128 grows to 773. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Whoa. If y'all don't see this, then I don't know what to tell you. So this is what I'm talking about, bro. Y'all over here congratulating and I'm gonna leave it in there. It's gonna be 2 million or 1.2 million, and before you're not no taxes, no fees. But if you did that same amount into Bitcoin, that's $737 million. I don't know why it says a billion here. Taxed at 110 million, which is crazy to even think about. Net $626 million. That's 85% retention on the gains versus the 401k 75% on everything. But wait, if your 128 is from the 401k rollover, you pay income tax now. Access it, 25% hit, leaving 96,000 to invest, shrinking the fair value to 552 million pre-tax, net 469 million. Either way, you want 2 million or you want 100 million based on a 30% CAGR on BTC, which is conservative, which is about what Michael Saylor says he's thinking about 30% a year for the next whatever how many years, right? It could be more, right? Bitcoin could double like that. That's 100%. And then continue to grow, right? And then have its pullbacks continue to grow. Pullback, continue to grow. Self-directed IRA. Roll your 401k into a traditional self-directed IRA, tax-free, invested in BTC. Same tax treatment as 401k. Growth deferred, 25% on withdrawal. Same value, 737 net, 552 fees. Lower than the 401k, often 0.5. All right, boom. Either way, BTC rockets your returns, your 401k. So I don't know why you would even be talking about a 401k when you could just put the money in the BTC and chill. But you guys just think that 5% is where it's at. You think that your employer's got your best. Oh, you don't account. People don't account for all these things that I'm going over here. 2.5 sounds baller, but inflation is going to rug pull you, right? 2.5 million buys what 940,000 buys today. Groceries, healthcare doubling or tripling in cost. You're not rich. You're treading water in an appreciating currency. The U.S. dollar is a dying currency. Feds print trillions, right? Diluting your value per usual. 30%, 737 nominal, but in today's dollars, 277 million. That's real. Yeah, 200. Come on now. We don't even have to. What are we talking about here? Here's the killer roast. Valuing your portfolio in Bitcoin terms exposes the fiat currency scam. BTC priced at 67,000 as of today. Your 128,000 buys 1.91 Bitcoin. Why would you not want to buy 1.91 Bitcoin? Why would you even have that sitting in there? I'll take the fee. I'll take the hit. I'll take all that, right? Buy 1 Bitcoin. I'm sure you're not going to have 0.9 in fees, right? Buy 1.5 BTC and maybe have a little bit, to enjoy yourself, right? Because at that point, 1.5 Bitcoin, right? Come on now, you can't complain. You can't complain. 401k path, 2.5 million in 33 years. But if you kept 30% CAGR. Future Bitcoin price 386,300,000. Your 2.5 buys pathetic 0.0065 BTC. Then, congrats, you went from 1.9 BTC. Yeah, exactly. And then you can't even exactly. So let's just say you do get that, you get that 2.5 million, whatever the case may be. Bitcoin's prices, God knows how much, because it's going to infinity. It's going to $100 million. Period. That's the end goal, and that's not even the end goal. That's the market. That's the market. That's the addressable. I wonder how much the total market cap would be in Bitcoin at 100 million, because that's because there's 100 million satoshis in one Bitcoin, right? So whenever we get to $100,000, that'll be your parity for $1 parity, right? As of right now, right? That's going to continue to. That's going to be weird, right? Because it's not going to be the same, because the dollar is not the same because of the value of the dollar. I hope that makes sense. It's just crazy even thinking about that. Like, damn, I'm trying to price it in the future, but the price in the future is not going to be the price of today because of inflation. So it's I don't know if you guys are catching what I'm putting down, but it's crazy when you think about it, because it says it here. Because even now, even what I'm saying now, right? Like I said at the beginning of the call, when we did the TA, the lower Bitcoin goes, the more satoshis you can buy, right? The higher Bitcoin goes, the less satoshis you can buy. So the higher the price of Bitcoin in the future, in your dying currency, which is going to buy less, you're going to be able to buy less Bitcoin in the future. So why would you wait and let the money that's dying increase in perceived value but decrease in purchasing value, and then you're going to buy the BTC with the value that, with less value than if you bought it now, right? Because right now, even though it's lost value, it's going to lose way more value in the future. So instead of waiting for it to lose all this value in the future, you buy the Bitcoin now and buy more satoshis, right? I hope that's making sense, because it makes sense to me. BTC path, buy 1.9 BTC now, hold for 33 years. Still 1.9 BTC, worth 737 million in fiat currency. It's so that's what we got to understand. It's in fiat currency, because that's how that's going to be, which I just posted. Bitcoin is going to reflect. Bitcoin is going to reflect how much purchasing power you have lost or are losing over time. So you preserve and multiplied your. I mean, I'm sure 700 million is a lot of money. Will be a lot of money in the future. Don't get me wrong, but that's just showing you how much, how crappy the U.S. dollar is. Hit that like, share, subscribe. Hit that like, share, subscribe. Hit that retweet. Somebody needs to watch this. All right, your scarcity is backed by wealth. No dilution. BTC is fixed 21 cap. Means scarcity drives up price and demand. Come on now. Come on now. We know that. Bottom line, normies, that 401k compound music is a trapdoor for mediocrity, fees and taxes nibbling away, while inflation and fiat devaluation gut punch your purchasing power. Switch to self-directed BTC investing. You're on a scarcity-fueled rocket to generational wealth. But stay sheeping. More sats for the rest of us. That's right. That is right. I hope you got that. I hope you got that. I hope you got that. IWM pumping. By getting some calls. It had a nice strong candle here above 220 on the 15th. So I'm gonna do the two. What am I doing? 264 0 DTE calls. It's only $15. I'll get a couple of them, and I'll let it run. See what it does. Let's see what it does. All right, boom. So that's that. Boom. 401k. How BTC is better than a 401k, right? So that's how it is, guys. Okay, that's how you beat it, right? Let me see. See, I don't have enough time to go over what I want to go over here today, but I'm gonna jump into another conversation that I had with AI, LLM, Grok. I also did this conversation with Gemini. Um, but I wanted to check something out because maybe if we do a, I don't want to interrupt this chat. Let me do the other chat because I got so many things on that chat that I don't want to mess up or add anything irrelevant to that. Okay, so Lindsay, sorry I had to bust your bubble or roast you or check you or whatever you want to say, right? Whoever's listening, we're just trying to help you guys out, right? Matter of fact, I need an article. All right, so we're gonna have it create a little article, and I'll go ahead and post that because I know some people are not gonna see this. Some people like to read. Whatever, I'll just do the article. I'll post the content. All right, cool. So I was gonna say, all right. So what I'm thinking about, right? Because my bad, I'm all over the place. I'm trying to tell you, my mind goes 1,000 miles a minute when I'm in my zone. So what I was thinking, guys, is hey, okay, well, what if you do? Again, I don't even like even thinking about a 401k. It's like if you had a 401k and then you use Stark STRC, or you would have to do a self-directed, right? Because you're not in charge of your investments at that point. So I would do a self-directed. I would It's gonna dive into it's gonna dive into a strategy that I've been talking about, but hey, it is what it is. Well, could you do it that way? Let me ask. Let me ask. I'm not gonna dive into that on this live because it's gonna be too much. The actual give you guys a little bit of insight. Picture me rolling. I have you guys look at BTC right now because I don't know what BTC is doing. Y'all gotta watch me post this. Yo, come on down, man. Hit the target, bro. Stop playing. All right. While that's doing, I'll do this. I am more than happy to answer any questions. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Hit that like, share, subscribe. I'm just here to help again. So I hope this live stream definitely helps out because again, I saw it and I was like, yo, I had to address it. I have to address it every time. I cannot not address it. My soul wouldn't allow me to not address it. I have to address it every single time. Because man, if I don't address it, y'all gonna y'all gonna be poor in the future, and that's just the fact of it. Because you think that you know what you're talking about, and you don't know what you're talking about. You're just indoctrinated to think a certain way, and that's okay. But we're here to correct that and to enlighten you and to give you information that can help you to better yourself and your family and your life. But that's only if you want to, because I can't make you do anything. I can only provide to you the information. So, boom, that's that. I'm in these calls for IWM, as I already said, so I'm watching that. And Oh wow, you can insert gifts. Haha. Did you guys know you can insert gifts on the articles? That is hilarious. Yeah, but what happened to me being able to create my IWM prints? IWM calls printing. IWM calls printing. We go print. Boom. Everyone can see. Publish. Boom. All right, cool. That's out. All right, cool. So now that that's out, let's see what we gonna get into next. Boom. Bam. All right, cool. Boom. All right, let me get. Hit that like, share, subscribe. I appreciate you guys liking and tuned in. You know, I'm on my country boy wave right now, so you know I got the cowboy hat. Cool. Audio still good. Perfect. All right, cool. Boom. So y'all watching the chart real quick. BTC's pumping real quick. Bears last down. That's why I love the posty pivots, because posty pivots posty pivots be on point. It gives you the area. So that's dope. All right, cool. Boom. Battery's about to die, so I'm about to get up off of here. Before I do, make sure that I end today's live stream with a prayer for you guys. So we're going to say a quick little prayer. Dear God, we want to thank you for another day. I want to thank you for another day. Thank you for blessing me with the foresight, the wisdom, and even if my words fall on deaf ears, God, as long as I gave the information, I'm only here to bless others, and I'm only blessed to be a blessing to others. So thank you, Lord Jesus Christ, for all my blessings. Thank you for the insight. Thank you for me being able to learn how to trade, to me be able to learn how to use AI and to do all these things to better my life, and not only my life, family's life, and other people that follow me's life. So thank you, God. A good father leaves an inheritance for his children's children, and I just try to encourage and make sure everybody's on point with their trust, and you know they're just financially literate, because a lot of us suffer because of we don't know better, right? And you say in the Bible, our people perish for lack of knowledge, God. So um, you are within all of us, God. So I hope this message reaches who it needs to reach. I just want to say a prayer on live stream and give you all the thanks, give you all the glory, give you all the praise. I wouldn't be where I am or who I am without you. So I thank you, I thank you, I thank you, I glorify you, I praise you every single day that you wake me up. I'm thankful. I know I am not worthy of anything, but because of you, Jesus, you paid it all, and I am thankful and grateful always. So please forgive me for my sins, past, present, and future. Everybody that's under my voice listening to this live stream, blessings to them. I hope they can, take the information and run with it. I hope if they have a 401k, they can convert it. I hope that if they don't trade, they look into Oliver, who teaches trading very, very simply. And and I love Oliver for that. And I definitely implemented those strategies from Oliver, so I can't, I'm excited to tell people to follow Oliver, um, and just bless them, God. And I know it's 2026. We got a lot of craziness happening right now, but just keep them focused on your word, God. And we're just going to take it to the next level in 2026. Forgive me for all my sins, which you've already done. And just bless us, bless us, bless us. We are the head and not the tail. We are above and not below. We are on top and not on the bottom. And we shall be planted like a tree by the river whose leaves will not wither. And we will bear good fruit. And whatever we shall do, we shall prosper. In the mighty name of Jesus, I pray these things. Amen, amen, amen. Shalom, shalom, shalom. And if you're tuned in, I thank you. God bless you and your family. God, that's okay. We're going to be all right regardless, right? One day, hopefully one day you'll see the light. But until then, you guys, I'm going to end the stream with my newest song that I created the other day after I got off live with you guys. It's called Still Yours. It's absolutely a banger. You guys know I love my progressive house. I love my Celine Dion style. So shout out to Suno. We're gonna go ahead and hop on Suno, and we're gonna play the newest song, and that'll be it for today's stream. Because my laptop is dying. So yeah, I know I usually do the 2 hour anyway. So we're gonna do. I think I have to stop sharing first, and then share again. Yeah. Yo, the next video, I'm gonna talk about China, cuz we got to talk about China. I don't know. I don't know if y'all must not know about China, man. I'm about to slide to China. Okay, I don't care what y'all talking about in the United States. I'm sliding to China. Y'all got no idea China, because if you did, you'd be saying the same thing I'm saying. China. Yo, my bad. The laptop died. I told you guys the laptop was dying. I didn't expect it to die so soon. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and then just end it like that. I guess I'll just I won't play the song. My bad, guys. I guess I can't play the song for you guys right now. So with that being said, Bitcoin Chris checking out. If you're tuned in, hit that like, share, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. And stack your Bitcoin.